students, how are you all? I hope you all will fine. Today we will start our topic, that is loss of biodiversity, and next one in this, that is solid waste management. So first we continue with the topic, that is loss of biodiversity. When we talk about the biodiversity and when we talk about the loss, which means we are losing the species of floral and faunal. Basically floral when we talk about the plants, and faunal when we talk about the animals. And here we are talking about their species. Species are lost because of over exploitations of natural resources, because of environment condition which is not good, because of so much pollution occur. Because of these reasons we can say that the diversity and biodiversity loss are there, because species are not done, because whether it is talk about animals, whether it is talk about plants, in both the species losses are there because of inappropriate way of management the natural resources. So when we talk about in these have an increasing pressure of population, because land using pattern is also not in a good way, or populations is overpopulation are there, population explosion, we can say that resources which we are saying natural resources are also exploited in not in a good way. So and the condition of environment, or we can say that state of environment is also not good. So out of these we can say that biodiversity are losing, and because species of animals and plants are losing. And why this happen? Because of exploitation of natural resources. You know, the resources which are free gift of nature, people are using where their requirement are not there. Unnecessary over exploitations of resources are there. And which type of resources? That is your natural resources. So the reason there are increased pressures of population explosion are there, consumptions people are more, and their income of source is less, because they do not have any good or enough employment opportunities. And changing land using pattern, the pattern of using the land, it is not a good way. Farming activities are there, insecticide, pesticides they are using without even thinking about the land. So fertility of soil we can say that not in a good way, because they losing the fertility of soil health is also not good, because people are using that type of land in an inappropriate way, or management of system is also not in a good way. So degradations of land are there, deforestation are there, cutting down the trees, that is known as deforestation. And when trees are cutting down the topmost layer of earth's surface, which we will say, which we are saying about soil. The definition of soil is that only the topmost layer of earth's surface is called soil, and that topmost layer of earth's surface is removed. Why this is removed? Because of the deforestation, because of cutting down the trees. That's why, and because of these reasons, that topmost layer of earth's surface automatically removed. That is known as your soil erosion, which is not good for the soil for health. So because of these, biodiversity are losing, when in plants also and in animals also, that is known as floral and faunal. Both species are losing because of over pressures of populations, because of deforestation, because of degradations of land. So these all are the reason you can write about this topic, and because of these reasons we can say that the biodiversity are losing, and the species of whether animals and plants both are losing, and which is not good for the future generation also, and it is not good for the state of conditions of environment and natural resources. So in India, when we talk about in these, the major factor threaten about the biodiversity of India, and these are the reason we can say that we are losing biodiversity. And in this, it is estimated that India is the home of which 18% of populations are there in India only. And out of world population, how many people are engaged only in the India? That is 18%. So out of, if 100% total world populations are there, in which 18% are people living in the India only. So India is the home of, or we can say that India is the habitat of 18% of world population. As compared to world population, 18% are people living in the India only, and 8% of floral and faunal. Floral, I'm talking about the plants, and faunal, I'm talking about the animals. So both of biodiversity, how many record species of plants? That is 45,500. The species 45,500 record species of plants only. That is known as your flora biodiversity. And 91,000, now we are talking about the animals. 91,000 recorded species of animals, that is known as your faunal biodiversity. And both are losing, that is known about these topic, loss of biodiversity. Here we are talking about the plants. This is also an important component for the human life also. And next one is your animal. Both are taking a major aspect when we are taking the conditions or when we are taking the state of environment, and these are the important factor for the nature point of view. So according to the living planet, when report are there, surveys are there in 2022 by the Worldwide Fund for Nature, that is known as your WWF. The full form there are Worldwide Fund for the Nature. Observe that according to their survey, according to their data, what they record, they were recording, observed that over 12% of wild mammal species and 3% of bird only, and 19% of amphibians, both can live on the water and land, are threatened, and critically in which condition they are in endangered condition, because peoples are using the natural resources without even thinking about the futures, without even thinking the state and conditions of the natures. So according to these things, according to these points, you can say that the species of plants and animals both not are in the good condition, and then you will write the all the reason regarding this topic and why these things are happen, because of over pressures of the populations, over exploitations of the natural resources, or changing land using pattern. The pattern of land system are not in a good way, and one more there, degradations of land system. Lands are degraded there because the pattern of land are not in a good way, in which you can write about the farming activities. Farming activities, people are using insecticide. Basically here people, I'm talking about the farmers. Farmers are using insecticide, pesticides on the land or on the soil, not in a good way. They are using in that way because that these insecticide, pesticides profit are there, but they do not think about their soil fertility, or you can say that about the soil health. The fertility of soil is not good if you will continuously using the insecticide, pesticides. So you can say that according to these topic, and because of changing land using pattern, yeah, because of deforestation, cutting down the trees, because instead of when you are cutting down the trees there or cutting down the forest, instead of these where there urbanization are occur, industries are more set up, and industries are set up which is not good for the peoples. More industry will be set up, which means more pollution will be occur. Smoking come, that occur air pollution, waste can goes to the water, that create water pollution. So machine are also using and the voice of noise of machines are so not in a good way, that create the noise pollution. Out of these aspects, we can say that the conditions of now environment is not good, and the state of the environment is not good, or you can say that because of these reasons, exploitations of natural resources are there. So in this next we will talk about the solid waste management or solid waste management. Now the management systems of waste, कि मतलब अगर garbage डाल रहे हैं, they don't know about the dry garbage and don't even know about the wet garbage, and both are not in a good forms. So the unplanned development of township, because they are not planning in a good way. Urbanization are there. Rural people now migrate from the rural to the urban areas. Why they are migrate? So that they can get more employment opportunity. And now they are not getting more employment opportunity from going to rural, from rural to urban. But they getting from where? Only the poverty is more up there. So you can say that the unplanned development of township or urbanizations are there, people going to urban area for the employment opportunity, and the planning system are not good. They are cutting down the forest, deforestations are there, but things happen because they are now set up there industries. More industries will be set up, and in industries which comes under the secondary sector, where raw material are converted into the finished products or useful things. In these all things, basically who suffer? Environment is suffering only. And even people think about themselves also. They do not think about themselves ki if environment are not in a good state, not in a good condition, it will exploit, or people are continuously exploit the natural resources. These things good not for the people point of view also, because for the peace they are going to the mountains only, they are going to the hilly areas. If these type of hilly areas are not available for the people also, they can't get peace out of there. So we can say that the unplanned development, the development are there in the urbanization, more industries are set up, more new buildings are there, and long-term policy are making. And when we talk about the long-term policy, their aim is, or when we talk about the large-scale industry, their aim is only one, that is infrastructural base. Small scale industry aim is to provide employment to the people, but large scale industries aim only one, that is to provide infrastructural base. So massive problem of waste management are there because of unplanned development of the urbanization and townships. People are now going from rural to urban area, that is known as migration, and migration are there. They always think about themselves. Of course, they do not have good employment opportunities in the rural area. They do not get enough money in the rural area. That's why they are going from rural to urban area, so that they can get more profit, they can get more income. But instead of getting more income, or instead of getting more profit, what they get only the lack of money. So poverty are more rising instead of getting more money. So in this we can say that it is estimate volume of waste project to increase. Now they are increasing more, and up to the 2031 they can more increase the waste management, and which is not good for any point of view. Whether we are taking the example of resources, natural resources, or you can say that the environment, or whether you are taking the example of their human being also. From both point of view, if management system are not in a good way and continuously waste are occur, which is not good for any of the people, persons also, and for the nature also. So right now, according to the data, according to the survey, it is estimate volume of waste project to increase from these million, from there how much, that is 64 to 72 million tons, and right now their state is at present 125 million tons up to the year 2031, and which is not is a good condition. You can't say that कि अगर लगातार ऐसे waste होता रहा चीजों का, solid waste are there, environment will be suffer more, people also will be suffer. So according to these survey, according to these are the assumption only, these are the assumption, they continuously waste management are there, so it can increase their rise, it can increase the number also, which is not good for the people's point of view. Out of total waste generated, only 43 million tons you can collect, and 11.9 is threatened, and which is and people are suffering and nature are suffering because of this. And 31 million tons is dumped into the landfill site. उसको वहां पर डाल देते हैं, वो वेस्ट हम जमीन में डालते हैं, लेकिन वहां भी तो एक लिमिट के बाद वो क्या है, लैंड वेस्ट एब्जॉर्ब कर पाएगी, इन्वायरमेंट भी एक पॉइंट के बाद वेस्ट एब्जॉर्ब नहीं कर पाएगा, फिर एक्सप्लोटेशन ज्यादा हो रहा है एज कंपेयर टू द रीजनरेशन, क्योंकि वेस्ट एक्सप्लोटेशन ज्यादा हो रहा है, वेस्ट इतना ज्यादा हो रहा है, देन देयर एब्जॉर्प्शन कैपेसिटी ऑफ इन्वायरमेंट इज बियॉन्ड द लिमिट, इट्स पीक लिमिट नाउ. Is it clear? So in the solid waste management, when we talk about these, their condition is also not in a good way. Next in these only CHIPCO movement, one movement derived so that deforestation are not occur, कि cutting down the trees या cutting down the forest will be less. उसी के लिए एक मूवमेंट बनाया गया था, ये कहाँ किस एरिया में लॉन्च हुआ. अब चिपको या पीको मूवमेंट हम बोलते हैं, बेसिकली हग कर लेना. हग इन्होंने यहाँ पे किसको किया था, ट्रीज को किया था, कि ताकि लोग उसे ट्री को कट ना करें, क्योंकि अगर वो चिपके रहेंगे या हग करते रहेंगे तो ऑटोमेटिकली लोग जो पेड़ को कट करने आ रहे थे या जो डिफोरेस्टेशन कर रहे थे ताकि वहां इंडस्ट्री सेटअप हो, तो वो तो इंसान को तो कट करेंगे नहीं. इसी पर्पस से ये मूवमेंट, और वो कॉन्टिन्यूसली हगिंग उन्होंने तब तक किया था तब तक लोग आकर वहां पेड़ को नहीं काटा था. So this movement is all about this. So in India, 2 community-derived movements have taken place, that is CHIPCO and one more is APICO, with the aim that deforestation are not there. पेड़ों को कट ना किया जाए, इसी पर्पस से ये मूवमेंट आया था, विद द एम टू प्रोटेक्ट फॉरेस्ट एंड टू अवॉइड डिफॉरेस्टेशन, not the cutting down of trees, or you can say that to protect the trees and forests. So Chipko movement in the Himalayas and Apiko movement, two movements are there. Chipko movement when we talk about the Himalayas, and Apiko movement name is there in the Karnataka. The word Chipko and Apiko both meaning hugging only, कि आप क्या है पेड़ को hug कर रहे हो, गले लगा रहे हो, hugging. So Chipko movement was launched in where? In Uttarakhand in the year 1973 with the purpose of avoid the cutting of trees and avoid the deforestation. In these purpose only Chipko movement were the launch. So while the Apiko movement was launched in the Karnataka in which year? That is 1983. So Uttarakhand में 1973 में Chipko movement आया and Apiko movement launch हुआ कर्नाटका में in the year 1983. सो बेसिकली इनका एम यही था इन मूवमेंट का कि पेड़ों को कट ना किया जाए, क्योंकि इन्वायरमेंट ही हार्म होगा तो इंसान ढंग से सांस भी नहीं ले पाएगा. बेसिकली विद दिस पर्पस ओनली दिस मूवमेंट आर लॉन्च. सो वाज इंस्पायर्ड बाय द चिपको मूवमेंट इन सितंबर 1983. The village in which forest, that is the Salkani forest, the villagers of Salkani forest in the Sirsi district hugging the trees to save them from falling. अगर पेड़ों को वो काट रहे हैं उसको बचाने के लिए उन्होंने क्या किया, पेड़ों को हक कर लिया वहां के लोगों ने, और इसी को नाम दिया गया चिपको मूवमेंट. और अनदर वर्ड इज देयर एपिको मूवमेंट. So villager would continue to stay in the forest unless until they are not stopping to cutting the trees, or they are not stopping until to avoid the deforestation. So forest unless and until they are assured that officially now they will not cut the trees, officially that indiscrimination tree felling would not occur. तब तक वो उस पेड़ से चिपके रहे, तब तक जो ये भेदभाव हो रहा है या पेड़ों के साथ डिफोरेस्टेशन हो रहा है, पेड़ों को काटा जा रहा है, वो ना रुक जाए और ये चीजें ऑफिशियली ना हो, तब तक वहां के विलेजर्स ने क्या किया, उस फॉरेस्ट में या उस पेड़ से चिपके रहे थे. दैट इज वन ऑफ द गुड एक्सपेक्ट विच वॉज टेकन बाय द पीपल. थ्रू दिस मूवमेंट द विलेजर्स सेव, उस मूवमेंट की वजह से लोगों ने वहां पर 12,000 पेड़ों को सेव किया था. दे वर सेव 12,000 ट्रीज फ्रॉम द कमर्शियल फेलिंग. जो वो काटने वाले थे, वो पेड़ कटते, 12,000 ट्री को सेव करना, अगर लोगों यूनिटी से काम कर ले विद द इंटीग्रिटी आल्सो, दे कैन डू एनीथिंग दे वांट टू डू. विद इन द मंथ दिस मूवमेंट स्प्रेड, कि इस मूवमेंट के इतना ज्यादा पॉजिटिव एक्सपेक्ट आया, वहां पे जितनी भी डिस्ट्रिक्ट है और डिस्ट्रिक्ट में भी ये मूवमेंट क्या है, इट टेक्स अ गुड इनिशिएटिव. So the volunteers of Apiko movement, same in the Apiko movement also, because they both the name is different but their meaning is same only, that is hugging. पेड़ों को बचाना, पेड़ों को बचाने के लिए पेड़ों से चिपकना जरूरी है. मूवमेंट विद द कॉन्ट्रैक्ट एंड फॉरेस्ट ऑफिशियली फ्लो, कि ताकि वहां के लोग और फॉरेस्ट की इतना पॉजिटिव इम्पैक्ट है कि इन्वायरमेंट नहीं होगा तो इंसान सांस नहीं ले पाएगा. गाइडलाइंस फॉर क्लियरिंग ट्रीज फ्रॉम द फॉरेस्ट लैंड, कि पेड़ों को ना कट किया जाए, डिफोरेस्टेशन ना हो, टू अवॉइड द डिफोरेस्टेशन. It was felling and tree within the 100 meter of water source and a slope of 3 meter above should be not be filled. चाहे वो पानी के कितने भी सोर्स में हो, कि किसी भी तरीके से पेड़ों को ना कट किया जाए. That is all about the these movement, that is Chipko movement. Tomorrow we will continue with our last topic of this chapter, that is sustainable development and strategy adopted in the sustainable development. So basically tomorrow we will discuss about the meanings and strategy regarding the sustainable development. Till you will revise the topic, that is loss of biodiversity, solid waste management, and about the Chipko movement. These three are more important topics and leading topic regarding the environment and sustainable development. Yes, I hope you like this video. Thank you. Have a nice day.